Good morning. And we have several problems with today's installation, including today my client doesn't have a driveway. They also live in a terraced house and the consumer unit is not at the front but under the stairs in the middle of the house. So I'll address the elephant in the room first of all. On the 21st of November, Portsmouth decided to turn off all their on-street parking. This is a news article, by the way. Portsmouth on-street electric vehicle charging points turned off after safety concerns raised. Nearly 100 on-street charging points for electric vehicles in Portsmouth have been disconnected after safety concerns were raised by Southern and Scottish electricity networks. The concern related to how the charging points were installed. Using the electricity supply from lamp columns and following advice from SSEN, Portsmouth City Council decided to disconnect all 98 on-street charging points. Now, this has left a lot of people in the city without the ability to charge their vehicle because most of it is terraced housing. And as you can well imagine, the amount of people who live in Portsmouth, there is too many to be charging up or queuing up outside Tesco's trying to charge their vehicles. So my phone has been busy with inquiries. So Portsmouth City Council have given the following guidance. If you're charging your vehicle in the street using your home electricity supply, you don't need a licence at the moment. But make sure you keep an eye on local policy in case this changes. You do need to make sure you are charging responsibly and with regards for your own safety as well as other people's. It's your responsibility to consider existing legislation, read your car's manual and make sure your cables are suitable for outdoor use and wet weather. If in doubt, seek advice from a qualified electrician before charging for the first time. It is also your responsibility to make sure your home insurance covers you for charging on the street in case of any accidents. And it is your responsibility to avoid putting yourself and others at risk when trailing cables across a footpath or any area people may cross. This includes across a road or down any side streets. Please be considerate when charging your vehicle and always keep access in mind for people using a footpath or walk or wheel past. Park legally with awareness for any restrictions and don't block access to any other vehicles. Keep cables on the ground, don't hang them out of upstairs windows or from trees or lampposts. Park as close as possible to your home on the same side of the road and no further away than 10 metres. That's about 2 car lengths. Run any cables alongside the curb if you need to charge like this. Only leave cables out when charging. Wherever a cable crosses a pavement, please use an outdoor, tough, non-slip cable protector with contrasting colours, e.g. yellow and black, and sloped sides. This will help the cable become more visible and secure, reducing the risk to other pavement users. Any liability for the placement of the cable or protector is your responsibility as the resident, so make sure you get this right. If we think you need further guidance on charging, we will work with you to make sure you are aware of the guidance and are charging safely. And Hampshire County Council also permit at the minute the use of cable covers, and that's what we're going to do today. I have a new cable cover to show you, and it is the thinnest EV charging cable cover on the market. Now, if you're an installer and you find yourself in the same situation that I am today, there's a couple of extra things you can do just to make sure things are as safe as possible. So the road I'm working down today in Portsmouth, it's actually a quiet residential street, and for me that's important because the chance of someone having an accident is far less than in the centre of the city. The other thing I do is on my quotation. By my clients accepting my quotation, they've also accepted all liability in the event of an accident. So there's no comeback on me whatsoever, it's in writing. It is my client's responsibility to ensure that they charge their car safely. Now, I know you're going to be sitting there thinking about all the other problems about wheelchair access, blind people, blah, blah, blah. We'll address some of those questions later, but we need to be realistic about this. The people here need to charge their vehicles. The council are not helping. They need to be doing far more. So don't have a go at me for what I'm doing today. If you've got a problem with this, hassle the council, because I don't work for the council. I don't govern the country. All I'm trying to do is help people out where we're forced down this route of using electric vehicles and the infrastructure is not there, and I'm aware of that. So all I can do is help build that infrastructure on residential properties. Now we've addressed that, let's look at the job. Today I'm installing an Indra charger, which you haven't seen me install before. With Indra, you must be an approved installer and you must have gone through their training. Otherwise you cannot commission the charger and you cannot issue warranty. So it's key that you do this. And the reason we're installing the Indra charger is my clients are on the OVO tariff, which limits them to the Indra or the OMI charger. And they're also considering solar in the future. So that's the OMI out of the question. So we're down to the Indra. Whether you like it or not, that's what we're doing. So what we have underneath these stairs is an old Crabtree consumer unit. We're not using this. So here we're going to put a new consumer unit, and we have these floorboards here. If I take one of these up, we have a massive void down there. And what I'm hoping to do is drill down here where this gas is, which will get me underneath the floor, and then I can hopefully feed my cable through to there. And then we'll run the cable around here, go out the wall, which will take me out here, clip it along behind the bush, and up to here, where we're going to mount the charger. So I can't get my rods any further than 2 down, which is about 2 meters, which takes me to about there. So there's loads of room underneath this floor. And my torch battery just died. We're back. So if we go through here, here is my rod. I've got to try and get back out. Wow. So I've done, this is a double skin wall, and I've done the second skin not on hammer, so I can try and reduce the amount that I blow inside. I couldn't do it inside out, there's not enough room with the drill and the drill bit. Let's have a look. And there we are there. That's absolutely perfect. We're through. Now the Indra does not have built-in Type A RCD protection, which is why I'm installing this fuse box consumer unit with a Type A double pole RCD. And when you run through the commissioning of this charger on the app, or whether you do it over the phone, which I like to do to be honest, is they will ask you what RCD protection you've installed, whether it's a main switch or an RCBO. So what we have here, I've installed a meter tails gland at the top, a 25mm stuffing gland at the bottom, and that's because I'm using EV Ultra high tough cable. And I've got a 16mm stuff on the side here, and that's to connect my Cat 5 from my EV Ultra to my CT clamp, which will go around the meter tails here. So that is this now all prepared at this end. We have my board here, cables all ferruled up, ready to go. Today with the Cat 5 we're using the blue and the white, foam. Sorry about that. So we have the cables here all ferruled up, ready to go, and on the load management today we're using the blue and the blue-white cores for a change, rather than the brown and the brown-white, and I'll show you why later when we get the Indra charger out. Now we're going outside, and I've dropped my volt pen down the hole. It's over there. Spit gun, D-line EV Ultra cable fixings. So this is the Indra charger. There is a new Indra charger that's come out, but I found personally it's too expensive for my clients, and they've done like a video showing how you can literally have it underwater and still charge a vehicle, which is great if you live at the bottom of the ocean. The IP rating on all the other chargers that I'm still including this one are absolutely fine, but the new charger, yes, it looks a bit nicer, but it's just they've outpriced themselves a little bit. That's my personal opinion. So my clients are still going for the older model. In the box you get a CT and a pack of fixings. Inside this box you get a welcome to Indra pack, a mounting bracket, and a statement of compliance form which you must fill out and give to your client. You also get a Wi-Fi dongle which you need to install inside the charger. They do have a 4G dongle as well that you can install, but I didn't go for it this time because I'm hoping to be able to connect it up to the Wi-Fi. If not, I'll have to buy a 4G dongle, or we're going to be looking at installing a booster or hardwiring a connection. And this is the charger. This one's got a 5-meter tethered lead attached to it. You need to take the front cover off, put this somewhere safe so you don't scratch it. On the bottom of the charger you have 2 cable entry holes here, which I'll be putting a 25mm hole in for my stuffing gland. It's nice and simple to install this one really. Just mount the bracket, hook this up, get your connections done, easy peasy. Where's my bracket? Found it. It's half raining and half snowing, and I don't want my mic to stop working again, so I'm going to stick that in a dry for a minute, or stick you in a dry for a minute. I'm going to get this mounted and then I'll walk you through it in just a minute. Okay, so with the Indra charger, once you've hooked it on there, on the bottom underneath here you have a screw that you need to do to secure it. Then inside what we have are these like Wago lever connections, which is why I haven't ferruled up this cable. If you put ferrules on them, they won't fit. And then there are your CT connections there. And the reason I've used the blue and the blue-white is because just there it says blue, white and blue. So technically you don't have to use those colours, but I just do, just so it all ties up nicely. And in order to make those connections, you're going to need a punch down tool, which looks like this. I'm going to get this tested quickly so I can get this cover on it and get it watertight. And then we'll discuss the controversial cable running across the path, and I'll show you the cable cover that we're using today. And it's really good, if I'm honest with you. It's a brand new design and it's far better than them ones you can get on Amazon that are the big old chunky ones. Now one thing you get with the Indra Smart Pro, or Indra in general, is a really detailed installation guide. It's got a QR code on a box that you scan. It will take you to a page, and there's everything you need to know in order to install this charger correctly. The Indra charger comes with this CT clamp here with a red and white connection. They don't give you anything to connect up to really, so you're gonna have to strip this back a little bit. Once you've done that, just pop it through this 16mm stuffing gland that you've installed and nip it up. Now today I'm not using Wago's connector to connect the CT up. What it comes with are these little data connections, and with this one you put the solid blue with the red and the white and blue with the white. And the way these connectors work is you simply put both ends in the connections Once they're both in there, grab yourself a pair of pliers and then just push down. There's like a little button on it. You just push it down, it clamps the connections together, just like that. And then you have a really good connection. It's a good idea to use these on all your CT connections, really. Right, so the same procedure with the other one. And then just tuck that away in the board. And then on this CT, you want to install it after the meter before any handy blocks. And as usual, if I can find it, there's a directional arrow which you must put on a live conductor or a line conductor, as I keep getting picked up on, in a direction of current flow, which is that way. And then once you've done that, what you get in that little Indra pack is this tie wrap, which is like a tamper-proof sealed tie wrap kind of thing. And you just put that around the CT clamp. This is all part of the Indra warranty. And then get yourself a tie wrap, which I don't have with me, obviously, just to tidy this up. So in order to connect up the Indra with the Wi-Fi, what it comes with is a little dongle here. You must use a dongle that comes with it, otherwise you're going to get connectivity issues. It comes with this lead here. Just plug that into there, whichever way it goes, like that, and then connect this up inside. And it comes with the smallest tie wrap in the world for you to secure it onto a little sticky pad, which I've already stuck in here. So that will look something like that, and the connection for it is just there. The other thing with this charger is you can install a reference pin if you want for the earth, but you don't have to, and I haven't in this case. So what you have here is a little button there, and you've got pest mode A and B. You need to put it into B if you're not using a reference pin, a reference earth. That's them all connected up. I want to get this cover on, get you back in the dry, finish off my testing and continue. I've rushed ahead a little bit because one, the weather's awful, and two, I've got 2 site visits to do. I've got work coming out of my eyeballs at the minute. So what we have is, this is the Indra charger. The last things that I'd done was behind this cover, there's a tamper-proof seal that you need to install. And then to put the front cover on, there's 2 screws there and there. I've tested and commissioned this charger. With the commissioning side of things, sometimes doing it on the app's a bit awkward, so personally what I like to do is phone up Indra and I can commission it over the phone. They probably won't want me to say that because their phone lines will be going mad now. But the other thing you can do is see and make sure that it's connected to the Wi-Fi. I've used that Wi-Fi dongle in here, and to connect it, all you have to do is you push that boost button there for 4 beeps, and you've got to push a WPS button, and then it will flash orange, and then hopefully you'll get a solid green light. That means it's connected. So that's all done. So I'll run you through the install and then we'll take a look at this cable cover. Okay, so inside here now, we have the old fuse box consumer unit, Type A RCBO, main switch, surge protection MCB and a surge protection. EV Ultra cable goes down the hole, which then comes out through there, sealed that hole up, D-line clips out through that hole there. It is then coming out of there, I'll use the D-line clips, supported all the way along and up to the Indra charger. Job done. So this is the new D-line cable cover. This is brand new and it's only 20 mil thick, which is an absolute game changer compared to the other ones that you can buy that are massive. And the way this works is you've got a slot there and you simply tread the cable in it. You also have the option, there's 2 O-rings there and you can put a tie wrap around it to secure the cable. It's really flexible as you can see, so it's nice and easy to store, and this is now readily available to buy. And the way it works is just like this. Simply roll it out. You can also use this on an angle, which is great. Get your EV charging cable, and then all you have to do is tread it into the cable cover. And then you have the ability then to plug in your vehicle. As the guidance shows, if you can, just hide the cable down the pathway and you can use it that. So you've got a bit of play on this. So if you look at this is barely a slope at all. So with regarding to it being a hazard compared to the others on the market, this is absolutely brilliant. Wheelchairs are not going to have an issue getting over this. And if you're partially sighted, which my client's daughter actually is, And they're really happy with this. You can honestly barely notice that slope. So if you are looking for a cable cover and you're in this sort of situation, I do recommend this. If you're worried about the cable coming out, either end, like I say, you have these loops here so you can just tie wrap it in place. And if you want, you can even just leave the cable in there, roll the whole thing up and just tuck it away. Where it's also a flexible material, it can follow the slope of any sort of uneven footpath, which is great. And I know D-Line are working with the local authorities to try and get this as an approved product. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I'd just like to recommend good products that can possibly help you out wherever I possibly can. So anyway, that is the Indra charger, all done and dusted. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel.